Hi Internet, welcome to another Dreadlogs Reviews. This time we're going to be taking a look at a SaberForge custom katana. Picked this up at the SaberForge showroom we visited a while ago, and this was in their display case and was absolutely the first thing I saw. As the first one I was like, this is what I gotta have, this one right here, for a variety of reasons. One, since I've been looking at sabers, which has actually been quite a while now, the SaberForge katanas have been kind of my preference, and so this is the one that I really kind of had my this is the style I've had my eye on. Though slightly longer, what I've been thinking about is doing a Shoto and a Daito version, one slightly longer than the other. So that really jumped out at me. The other thing is the coloring. Now the coloring is obviously white, blue, silver, with some black highlights, just like my absolute favorite droid from the movies and the TV series, the awesome R2-D2. And so I really loved how this kind of harkened to that. And it just hit all the right bells and whistles for me. So as far as the electronics go in here, it's a veteran. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think it's actually it's a slightly below veteran. So it does have sound, but it doesn't have any motion or swing or clash. It does have a single color, which we'll show in a minute. But I do want to go into some of the details. We'll start at the bottom. The custom pommel. Let's get some detail here. You can see is blue with some white highlights. Kind of what I'm finding with the SaberForge speaker or pommels, with a very big hole in the bottom for the sound. No holes along the side, so closing it up would muffle it, which has its good points and bad points. A fairly nice cover tech wheel, kind of standard, silver, so it goes with the motif. And then obviously the blue is their blue glaze, and you can see it across the saber. And then over the gray handle or gray hilt, we've got the white wrappings, which are I believe these are pleather. I wouldn't say that they're leather. Really nicely braided here, gives it a really nice feel. It's also very nice in the hand, so it's kind of squishy and pliable. Moving up to the power switch area, again, you can't really see it in the video. These are slightly ridged, which gives it a nice texture, and also gives it just a nice appearance. Power button and a kill switch. And I think I've said this before, but I really like the kill switch idea, just because I know it saves batteries. Now the interesting thing is with this kill switch, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. You can actually see here, and I'll pull it out and it'll turn the saber on. Pulling it out. Come on, there we go. Viridian. So SaberForge Viridian is the soundboard, but you can kind of see where it's been shipping just here. And the gentleman at the showroom, kind of pointed this out and said, yeah, this is actually just one of the impacts of having that kill switch right there. And so he actually gave me a bit of a discount, which was awfully nice. It wasn't something I was actually expecting to do, and it's pretty unnoticeable. I mean, you really, let me zoom in. There you go. Now you really see it. But I don't think it's a major deal breaker. Blue button to go with the whole theme, which is real nice. And again, in the emitter, we've got a real nice wrap as well. The katana itself is a little odd in that I would call this an Imperial cog. And I have the SaberForge blade plug in here. Something stuck out. I run into some issues where I can't really figure out which blade plug goes in here, so I've actually kind of screwed it in a little bit tighter to hold it in place. But again, the pommel is really cool. Again, I love the blue glaze coating on it, but it is an Imperial symbol for R2-D2. It's a little weird. So I'll give it a turn on, and you can see it's a real nice blue. It's got a really nice classic sound, but it's not making any swing noise. It doesn't make any clash noise. So I might actually look into getting it upgraded, if such a thing is possible. I'm a little back and forth because I really see this as a display piece. But in the meantime, what I'll do, let me power this off, is I will go ahead and pause the video, swap out the blade plug for a blade, and then go from there. All right, so we're back. Let's get the blade plug out. This is an interesting lesson that I thought I would share. That blade plug went much further down than it ever should have, and there was no getting it out. There's no way to disassemble this to pop it out. I think you can kind of see some of the glue in there that holds the LED in. There's definitely a rubber gasket in there. And so that thing wasn't coming out. And so ultimately I resorted to this method. That's right. I put a bit in my drill and drilled it out, which is kind of a shame because that's actually a really nice blade plug, and maybe I'll order another one. But it wasn't worth sacrificing my my saber for. Yeah, it's a bit irritating. So I guess that's one of these. You know, we always talk about the lessons that I learned during these videos, and I think that was one of them. Be careful about your blade plugs, and make sure that you can get the darn things out when you're done. So anyway, we were going to talk about the look of the blade, the LED in the blade. So turn on, drop down some color there. It's a nice dark blue. Definitely brighter at the bottom. I am using for this example, we're using the SaberForge hilt with the pointed top. It is a really nice dark blue. Again, complements the saber really well. Let me bring up some contrast here. Again, hard to see both at the same time, but it's a great color for that. Swap it out with my favorite Ultra Saber's blade. And again, we see a slight difference in Ultra Saber's blade. It's a slightly lighter blue. The other thing I noticed, let me drop down the color here. The other thing I noticed is I definitely see the color drop off nearly closer to the tip, so it's definitely getting a lot darker now. This is a much longer blade. Let's see if I can get these both in frame here. You can kind of see, maybe you can kind of see the Ultra Saber's blade is probably about 3 inches longer than that SaberForge blade, but you do see a bit of a drop off on the color. So still not the end of the world. Again, I see this more as a display piece. We'll drop the blade in and then set it up with the others. It'll look great. Again, I'm really super duper happy with it, despite the issues with the blade plug, which, I mean, come on, we have to admit is some of that's got to be user error. Last thing I wanted to show is some of the menu options, and I mostly trick the menu to going on when I bring it up for power up. So I'm gonna put the kill switch in and kill it, and then you'll hear as I pull it out, it will boot up.
SaberCore Viridian.
SaberCore Viridian, and if I hold it down.
Main menu.
So now I'm in the main menu.
Optical frequency 1.
So now it's giving me an option to customize how I want the blade. So right now it's solid.
2.
It's kind of a flicker.
3.
Faster flicker.
4.
Very, very fast flicker.
5.
So fast I would almost say it's almost indetectable.
1.
And then back to solid with a little bit of a flicker.
2.
2's a little too much. 3's a little gonna cause me to have a fit.
4.
4 is a little
5.
really fast. I think 5 is nice and subtle. So hold down long press.
Sound intensity low.
So now I can do sound low.
High.
High.
Muted.
Muted.
Low.
Low. We'll go for low.
Select impact sensitivity 1.
Now this doesn't have any impact, so this setting doesn't really play a factor into here. At least I can tell. So I'm just going to select default.
Motion sensitivity 1.
And again, I've never seen or heard it do any whistling, so I'm assuming that there's no whistling or motion detected.
All settings saved.
And then it's saved. But so what that lets me do is customize the flicker and the volume, which is pretty cool. And it's kind of a neat function to have into it in the board. That said, if I was to do more with this saber, and this would probably be one that I would consider doing more with, I would probably try to swap out the soundboard and maybe the LEDs. I worry that the LED isn't bright enough. But overall, you know, I got it because I love the character. I really wanted a katana. I've been actually eyeing these before, you know, for a year now. I wanted a katana lightsaber. I just really liked the idea, and I very likely will pick up a a Daito version, no, sorry, this would be a Shoto, a Daito version, so a longer version to go with it at some point. Maybe something in some white and orange. That would be ironic. Maybe something gold. No, white and orange. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, very cool. Again, it's a great custom saber. I think it's really neat to see that SaberForge can do these. You know, learn your lesson. Make sure that you're using the right blade plugs. Otherwise, you may have to do this. If you have other ways of getting stuck blade plugs out, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear how you managed to deal with this. You know, kind of jangled it and thumped it against my hand and tried to slip some stuff in there, and eventually I decided, you know what, the only way I'm getting this out is going in through the top. So I'd be curious to see if anybody else has suggestions on how to manage this situation. You know, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about blade plugs. Let me know what you think about the custom sabers and something like this, and what your thoughts are on it. Let me know what you think about the Viridian board, and if I'm just wrong and there is a swoosh in here and I just can't find it. As always, I hope you got something useful out of this video, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it. If you did enjoy this, especially me having to drill a blade plug, give me a like, give me a subscribe, pass on to your friends that there's this full drill and blade plugs on his YouTube channel. That would be awesome. Thanks. Bye.